Hi everyone, welcome to the fourth session of Dressage Yoga. Really pleased you could make it. And today we're going to be working on balance poses and a little bit of core work. Really important for all dressage riders, and also if you do jumping, cross country, even endurance. So important to get control of that core so that we're lifting the weight off the horse's back, making sure that they can really move and swing and work biomechanically as they are designed to work, just the same as we need to work the right way as well. Okay, now once again, make sure that if you've had any issues at the doctors, any rehab, you've had any injuries, do go to the doctors, check that you're okay to do yoga type activities in addition to what you normally do in the day. Okay, so let's get to work. Again, we're going to be working on the balance poses. We need to work our balance. You know, if we're expecting our horses to balance, we need to be aware and be able to balance ourselves. The main aim, of course, in our dressage riding is to be independent with our balance. So we're not affected too much by the horse. We're able to stay neutral, keep our strength, keep our flexibility, and then we're able to train and affect our horse in the way that we want to. And of course, if we want our core to work, that'll get the horse's core working as well. Okay, so let's come into our standing pose, get our warm-up underway. So great standing pose is Tadasana, mountain pose. So drawing that energy up from the earth. Feel those toes spread, feet hip width apart, and switching on those legs. So you're starting to activate everything already. Dropping that tailbone, switching the glute muscles on, pulling the pelvic floor in and up, pulling that tummy in, drawing up through. You've got that strength through your core area, puffing out your sides a little bit, making the lower back come into action as well, and raising up through each vertebra. Drop the shoulders back and down, stretching the back of the neck, just drawing that chin in a little bit and tall through the crown of your head. So you feel really compact, but you're still, as Mary talks about, you're filling out a box frame with your upper body. You're really tall, stable and solid. And breathing into that pose. And from here, we're going to get that body warmed up just with some simple marching on the spot. But I want you to really be focused on how you're moving. Focus on the straightness. Focus on equal mobility from side to side. So you begin to get a real awareness of your hips, your shoulders, where you're placing your feet. So alternate arms and legs, obviously, and we're marching through. So we're just getting a little bit of heat working through that body. Now keep that tummy pulled in. You should feel a nice little swing through your body, through those hip areas, through that pelvis. Feel those shoulders moving, and then gradually start to lift higher the knees and the hands. So you're swinging through. Let your breathing change with the motion, and feel yourself trying to hit the same spot on the ground each time. Tailbone still tucked down, and you're really marching through, keeping the shoulders drop back and down, really working through that body, getting everything mobile. Feel the toes working. So you should feel yourself, your breath has changed a little bit. Feel that body warming up. Really good. Feel that awareness in the hips. And really assess each side of your body. Are you straight? Are you level? For more of a challenge, you can try closing your eyes. And that really gets you working. Open and check where you are. Close again. Tummy pulled in. Pelvic floor switched on and open again. Really good. And then dropping that down. So slightly smaller steps, not so high. That's worked you into a little bit of cardio work. That's got a bit of heat pumping around the body. And then coming back to stillness. Really good. And now's where you can feel the heat coming to those areas of the body. And now keep your feet hip width apart, hands to your hips, and I'd like you to draw a figure of 8, sort of on its flat side with your hips. So push the right hip round in a circle, come back to centre, left hip round in a circle. So you're pushing it forward first, right hip round, left hip round. Feel the ankles working. Right hip round in a circle, left hip round in a circle, right hip round in a circle, left hip round in a circle. You might be coming onto your toes at some points. That's okay. Coming onto the ball of the foot maybe. So you're drawing big figure of 8 through and around. One more to the left. Come to stillness. Now you're going to go starting with the back first. So right hip back and round, left hip back and round, right hip back and round. Keep that pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, right hip back and round, left hip back and round, right hip back and round, and left hip back and round. Keep that tummy pulled in, spine lovely and tall, shoulders dropped away from the ears. One more each side. And the left one. Really good. So we've had a little bit of a mobilization there. And then we're going to do I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Focus on the left shoulder. We're going to draw that back. Bring it up. Keep it back. Push it forward. Drop it down, coming back, coming up, bring it forward, push it down, bring it back, bring it up, push it forward, push it down, bring it back, bring it up, push it forward, push it down. So keep following that square shape while I check that you've got your pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, and tailbone pushed down. Really important that, because that switches on all areas of your legs. And then come to stillness with it pushed down and back. And now you're going to bring it forward, keeping it down, bringing up, keeping it forward, push it back, keeping it up, and dropping it down, keeping it back, coming forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. Keep that tummy pulled in, pelvic floor switched on, tall through your spine. One more, forward, up, back, and down, and have a little relax there. Again, assess which one feels better. And then coming to your right shoulder, drawing that energy up from the ground, switching those legs on. And we're going to go push that shoulder back and down, bring it up, keep it back, push it forward, keep it up, push it down, keeping it forward, and then coming back and up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down. Keep following that movement with me and keep that pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, keep those toes working, keep the legs switched on, pelvic floor switched on. Keep checking that, it's so easy to forget. Tailbone pushed down and back and up and forward and down and back. And now stay there, and you're going to push it forward, keeping it down, bring it up, keeping it forward, push it back, keeping it up, push it down, keeping it back, and forward and up and back and down, forward, up, back, 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 and down, back and down, forward, up back and down and forward and back and down, and then bring that to softness, and then just rotate that forward again. And then we're going to come to use both shoulders. Now what I'd like you to do now is this time obviously draw that energy up from the ground, pelvic floor switched on, tailbone tucked down. I'd like you to close your eyes, so it's just getting a few internal balances working. It's not a horrific balance, it's just making you close those eyes, switch those legs on, keep yourself stable, push your shoulders back, keep them down, bring them up, both together, bring them forward, keeping them up, push them down, keeping them forward, push back, keep drawing that square, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down, keep the eyes shut, back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down, and then coming up, keeping them forward, push them back, keeping them up, push them down, keeping them back, bring them forward, keeping them down and up and back. Keep breathing, push down, forward, up, back and down. Keep those legs switched on, pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, tailbone tucked down, forward, up, back and down, and then come to stillness. Have a little relax, rolling through. Really good. So we've worked those shoulders a little bit. Now we need to come down to the floor. So I think for a little bit of a change, we've done the roll down a few times. Let's bring the arms out in front of us, and then keeping yourself tall, just push those arms away from you. So you can see there, that's pushing round in those shoulders. You're getting some stretch through those shoulders, a bit of mobilization. Keep the tummy pulled in, and then inhaling up. Keep pushing those forearms away from you. Drop the shoulders away from your ears, and then on the next exhalation, coming forward. Keep pushing those arms away from you. Now feel the legs switched on. Feel the weight all the way through your foot, because you're trying to pivot in the hips, pushing those forearms away from you, so you're really stretching that back, sides of your back. Keep the tummy pulled in, that'll give you more space. Calming down as far as you can, and lovely little reach down, little bit of a sway, and then drop the arms down, and we're going to come down to lying onto our backs. So once we're on our backs, we're going to do a little bit of work working our coordination. Really, really important for all riders. Helps with your rhythm. So first of all, keep the knees bent, feet in towards your heels, hands by your sides, palms facing down. And we're going to work alternately. So think left arm, right leg, and left leg, right arm. Forgive me if I get my lefts and my rights muddled, but you'll start to get the idea. It's basically these two working together and then these two working together. And we're working with our breath. Very, very important. So as we inhale, we shall lift these two up and over our head, and then exhale them down. And then the next inhalation, these two, and then back behind us, and exhale back down again. Really important to bend that knee in towards your chest before you push the heel away from you. Okay? So pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in. You walk that bottom away from you, so you drop the shoulders away from you, even here. And so we go from right leg and left arm. Inhale up and back. Exhale down to the floor. Left leg, right arm. Inhale up and back. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale up and back. Exhale down to the floor. Inhale up and back. Exhale down to the floor. Really follow your breath. Inhaling and exhaling down trying to fill smoothly and swiftly the lungs. Keeping the foot flexed, keeping the fingers so they've got a little bit of tension through them. And you're pushing that leg so it straightens out. It may not be completely vertical, doesn't matter, but just try and get the straightness. Exhaling down, inhaling up, push that heel away. So working with the awareness in the shoulders and the hips and the knees, and you should feel the back of your waist pushing into the floor beneath you. Really stretching it. As you go along with this, you might start to find that shoulder is staying flusher to the floor. So you've got a little bit more mobility through that shoulder, so your back's remaining straighter, your shoulder blades, your scapula is not winging out anywhere. It's working through. One more each side. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, and exhaling down. Really good. Then come to stillness. Now we're going to just lightly work that core a little bit more. Pull that tummy in, pelvic floor switched on, and we're going to do both legs and both arms this time, okay? I'm just going to move forward a little bit. So, trying to keep those shoulders into the ground beneath you. Inhaling both arms, both legs. So you're bending the knees and then exhaling down, bending the knees to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Follow the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep that pelvic floor switched on. Tummy pulled in. Exhaling down. Feel those arms working. So important to be following the breath. As I've said before, if you can control and work with your breath, it really helps with the not only the aids and direction of exercises with your horse, but also it does help your relationship with your horse. 2 more. If you're relaxed and breathing well, then your horse will be much more relaxed with you. And then this time, push those legs away from you. Have a little bit of a relax. Let those legs relax and soften. Relax those shoulders, relax the tummy. So you give everything a little bit of a break. Feel that softness. Because now we're going to do with our legs outstretched. So exactly the same routine with the alternate arms, alternate legs. But the base leg, if you like, the foundation leg stays straight. So we're going to go right leg, left arm first. Pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in. Bending the knee in towards the chest before we push it away. So bending, inhaling, up. Push the heel away. Exhale down. Push the heel away to the floor. Inhale, bend the knee. Push away. Exhale, bend the knee down and push away to the floor. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. So feel that tummy working. Inhaling up. So movement is smooth and controlled. There's a little bit of dynamic movement there. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Really great way to get you relaxed with that movement. Focusing. Letting the breath and the movement become really invaluable partners. Keep that pelvic floor switched on. Following your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. that waist pushed into the floor beneath you. 2 more. Inhaling up and exhaling down, and then just feel that relaxation. Let go of everything. Really invaluable to be able to let go and then recontract. Okay, so keeping that, push that waist, the back of the waist into the floor beneath you again, and we're going to do both arms and both legs. So really working this tummy area, the core, getting those abdominals working. So push the heels away from you, switch everything on. Pelvic floor, tummy pulled in, back of the waist trying to push into the back of the floor, and then bending the knees, inhaling up and exhaling back down. Keep that tummy switched on. Very, very important to keep that tummy switched on as you push your legs away from you back to the floor. That's where it's the biggest challenge. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. So it's also working the backs of your legs a little bit, working those thighs. Exhaling down. 2 more. Try and keep those shoulders attached to the mat. And 1 more. Fantastic. Whew. And then just flop. Have a little bit of relaxation there. Really, really good. So I can feel my core's worked out. So you should feel yours as well. Really good. And if you need to, you can just bring both knees, bend those knees, bring the soles of the feet together. And again, into cobbler's pose. Just let those legs flop apart. Have a little bit of a relaxation there. Opens out the hips and lets those muscles in the back, lower back, soften off. Really good. Okay, now from here, what I'd like you to do is bring one knee into the chest and then the other knee into the chest, and bringing yourself into sort of 90-degree angle again, and then you're going to bring your arms up to the sky. And what we're going to do, we're going to almost do an upside down cat and cow. So push the waist, back of the waist into the floor now. You can see me contracting my tummy, pushing away, and then arching the back, pushing the shoulders and the hips into the floor beneath me. Okay, so now we're going to follow the breath. So breathing out, lifting the shoulders off and the hips off. Breathing in, lifting the chest, but pushing the hips and shoulders into the floor. Exhaling, pushing everything away from you, pushing the back of the waist into the floor. Inhaling, pushing the hips and shoulders into the floor, and follow your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So it's a little bit of a balance, and it's working the core. Last inhalation, and then relax those arms and legs back down and just completely flop. Whew, really good. Well done. When you're ready, only when you're ready, we're going to roll onto our front just to give a little bit more mobilization. So roll onto your front, let your head rest on your hands for a little moment. Let everything relax. Because we've done a lot of flexing there through the lower back, we'll just do a little counter pose of our Sphinx position. So when you're ready, switching the glutes on, switching the abdominals on and pelvic floor, and then bring the elbows to position underneath our shoulders, hands, fingers stretched apart, and roll those shoulders down and back. So opening your chest forward, keep the glutes switched on. If you've got any lower back pain, just open out those legs and that'll help that lower back pain. Otherwise, just reaching up through, stretching the chest up and forward, shoulders back and down. Look over our left shoulder, trying to look at the left hip. Come forward, look over the right shoulder, trying to look over the right hip. Keep that back contracting. Look over the left shoulder and center, right shoulder and center, and left shoulder and center, and right shoulder and down. Whew. Really relax off. Really, really good. When you're ready, rolling back onto your back. And here we'll just bring those knees into the chest. And what you can do actually before we do a roll, just try keeping your back really flat onto the floor. Trying to pull those knees a little bit closer to our chest. So you almost feel like you're pushing your tailbone away from you, flat along the floor. So you're trying to bring the knees towards the chest a tiny bit more. So we're stretching that lower back and then release that off. Just have a little rock from side to side or forward and back, whatever you feel you need to just give yourself a little bit of a breather. And then I think we will actually push those legs away and draw yourself up, engage that core, coming up through as well as you can. We'll just pop a little stretch in, a little twist. I think we need the twist before we start playing with core work. So bring the right knee into the chest, pop that over the other side of the left leg, bring your left arm, so we bring the elbow in around that right leg, pull that right leg in towards the center line whilst the right arm goes back, center behind us, push your chest tall, flex the left foot, and you're going to twist round, looking over that right shoulder. Keep the right leg pulling in towards the center. Should feel a lovely stretch all the way through your right thigh into your glute muscles. Keep tummy pulled in. Look over your left shoulder and look over your right shoulder. Try and drop that hand lower. Look over your left shoulder, over your right shoulder, and again over your left, and unravel. Really good. Push that right leg away from you. Bring the left leg in towards your chest. Cross that over your right leg and bring the right arm around, hugging that left thigh. Draw that in towards your chest, in towards the center. Bringing the left arm back behind you, maybe just be on your fingertips. Push up tall and then twist around to that left shoulder. Keep the tummy pulled in, spine is stretched tall, and then pushing the right leg away from you, but pulling the left leg in towards you. And looking over the right shoulder, look over the left shoulder, over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. Keep that hand as flat as you can now. And then looking over to the right, slowly unraveling, and then uncrossing those legs. Have a little bounce out, and we're going to come back to lying on our backs because now begins the tough stuff. Okay, so keep those knees bent, a little bit of work for the core. Be tall through the spine, you're on those sit bones, hands out in front of you, and slowly you're going to engage that pelvic floor, switch that tummy on, try and keep the back as straight as you can, drop the shoulders down and back, and slowly, 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 you're going to have a fight with yourself, coming down. Keep those feet on the floor. Oh, then you start to roll down. It's tough work, but it's doable. It's all good practice for us. And you've just got to keep practicing time and time again. Okay, so from here, bring the arms out to roughly 45 degrees. So that's keeping you stable. Bend one leg and then the other. And we're going to bring our legs up. So we've got that 90-degree bend in the knees. And on each exhalation, keeping that waist, the back of the waist pushed into the floor, on each exhalation, we're going to push one leg away. So we're going to take 3 breaths. And we're really working that core. So we're going to keep the right leg stationary. And on the next, so take a good normal inhalation. And exhale, push the leg away a couple of inches. Inhale and hold. Exhale, push away more. Inhale, hold. Exhale, push away. And hold. 2 breaths. And then inhale. Exhale back towards you. Hold. Inhaling. Exhale, come towards you again. And exhale again, coming towards you. And then drop those legs down. Have a little breather. Well done. And we're going to repeat that again with the left leg. So coming back up and keeping that core engaged. Inhale. Exhale away a couple of inches. Hold. Exhale away. Inhale, hold. Exhale away. Couple of breaths. And then exhaling back. Exhaling back again. Exhaling back again. And drop those legs back down. Well done. So you should feel you're working that tummy. You should feel a little bit of a quiver there. So once more, coming back up. Inhale. Exhale, push away the left leg. Hold. Push away, exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, push away. A couple of breaths. Keep those legs switched on, pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in. And exhaling back a little bit. Exhaling back. Exhaling back. Good. And drop that down. Well done. Fantastic. Really, really good. Okay, so we're going to work the left side again. Bring both legs up. This time we're going to make a smooth movement. So we're going to inhale and exhale so the leg hovers straight away. Hold for 2 breaths. And then inhaling that back up again. Keep that leg up. And exhaling smoothly away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale that leg back again and drop that leg down. Brilliant. Really well done. Fantastic job. Some tough work there. Okay. So have a little wriggle. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable. And then next we're going to do the right side. So bring both legs up and off. So right leg. Inhale and exhale away. Hold. Inhale and exhale away. Hold. Inhale and exhale away. Hold for a couple of breaths. Exhaling back. Hold. Exhaling back. Hold. Exhaling back. And drop those legs down. Well done. Keeping that core working. And lifting those legs up again. And inhaling up, in. Exhale away. Hold and inhale. Exhale away. And exhale away. Pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, back of the waist pushed in while you're breathing. And then drawing that back. Exhale. 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 And drop down. Super job. Well done. Have a little bit of relax. Relax everything briefly. Soften off that tummy. And then drawing that tummy back in. Pulling that pelvic floor in. Back of the waist into the floor. And lifting off again. And then exhale the leg away. And hold. Right leg. Inhale. And exhale leg away. Hold. Inhale. And exhale away. Couple of breaths. Exhale back. Hold. Exhale back. Hold. Exhale back and hold and drop those legs down. Really good. Well done. Okay, so next one. Really simple. Bringing both those legs up, and we're going to push that right leg on smooth movement. Inhale and exhale smoothly away, so that right leg hovers. There's lots of tension in that right leg. A couple of breaths. And inhaling smoothly back. Keep that leg up, both legs up. Waist pushed into the floor. Keep the tummy pulled in, pelvic floor switched on, and then exhaling smoothly away, pushing that heel away. Couple of breaths. Keep the shoulders into the floor. And then inhaling back. Really good job, well done. And drop those legs down and push those heels away from you and have a little moment where you just flop, completely let go, relax that tummy. Few breaths. Okay, so still laying on our backs, we're going to bring those knees back up, bending those knees up, feet flat on the floor, hands out to 45 degrees. Push the back of the waist into the floor, and this time we're going to work with both legs, okay? So this is a bit more of a challenge, so we're really working our core. I hope you're still with me. So lifting those legs off and inhale and push away. Exhale a couple of inches. Inhale, hold. Exhale, push away. Inhale, hold, and exhale, push away. Couple of breaths. And then exhale back. Exhale back. Exhale back. And relax down. Well done. Really good. So that's a good start. So just 2 more repetitions here. So lifting those legs up. Push the back of the waist into the floor. Keep tummy pulled in. Pelvic floor switched on. And exhaling away. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. Push away. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Push away. Hold. Couple of breaths. And exhale back. Exhale back. Exhale back. Well done. And then drop those feet down. Really good job. And then once more, drawing that pelvic floor in, switching on that tummy. Lift those feet off, knees bent. Keeping that tummy pulled in, waist back of the waist pushed into the floor. Inhale and then exhale, push away. Hold. Inhale and exhale, push away. Hold. Exhale, push away. Couple of breaths holding. Exhale, come back. Exhale, come back a little bit. Exhale, come back again. And then drop those down. Woo! Well done. Brilliant job. Take a little breather here. Flop those legs out to the side. Have a little sway because you're using that tummy quite a lot. Those hip flexors are working. Fantastic. Doing a great, great job. It's really working your core. Okay. Draw those knees back together. And then so we have to do our smooth movement down this time. So pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in, back of the waist pushed into the floor, lifting those feet off the ground, and then normal breath in and exhale smoothly down. So we just hover, keep that tummy pulled in, couple of breaths, and then inhaling smoothly back up. Keep those legs up, don't put them down just yet. Couple of breaths. And then exhaling, pushing away. Keep the back of the waist pushed into the floor. Shoulders into the floor. Couple of breaths. And then inhaling, back up, dropping those feet. And push those legs away from you and really just flop. Fantastic. Really, really, really good job. Well done. That's not easy at the best of times. So you've done a great, great job. Well done. Couple of breaths. Using that Ujjayi breath if you need it. Closing the back of your throat off a little bit so you're elongating that breath. Just take some moments to really relax. You maybe have worked some areas there that you haven't worked for a long time or before, so really good job. When you're ready, rolling onto your front and just resting your forehead onto your hands. Let yourself be relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Really, really good. And we're going to come up this time to Cobra. So we bring our hands underneath our shoulders, elbows tucked in by our chest, pelvic floor switched on, tailbone tucked down a little bit, tummy pulled in, and rolling the shoulders back and down, pushing into our hands. So we're rising off the floor, bringing that chest up and forward, really pushing into the hands, really important, extending the spine up and back. So you've still got space there. And if you like to do so, drop that head back, stretching through that neck. Keep the shoulders into the sides. Couple of breaths. And then calming down. Really good, with control. Take a little breath, relaxation there. Because now we're going to start a little bit of work with the balance. Okay, so we're going to touch on some core work, a little bit more down dog that we've done in the past, and then lifting a leg within the down dog, and we'll end with some tree pose. So we're going to come back up to our cobra, and then we're going to go into plank, hopefully through chaturanga if we're okay to do so, and then into a down dog. So tuck the hands underneath the shoulders. If we need to have our legs a little bit further apart to help ease our lower back, that's perfectly fine. Go with what's comfortable for you. And rolling the shoulders back and down. Make sure the pelvic floor switched on, tummy switched on. And pushing into the hands, rising up through. Really good. And now we're going to tuck the toes under. And from here, so it's almost a bit of a chaturanga pose, you're pushing up into plank. And keep those toes tucked under. And then pushing back from here into down dog. So we're trying to open up the chest, open up the shoulders, sliding the shoulders away from each other and away from your hips. And if you need to move your feet around, if you need to bend your knees, that's perfectly fine. The main thing is to stretch that back. So you're pushing the tailbone away from your spine. So you're pushing it up towards the sky, but your glutes are lightly switched on. If you can, it's great to drop the heels and stretch the back of the hamstrings. That's really, really good. But we're trying to keep the back really, really stretched. So from here, then you're going to drop the knees, drop the elbows down, and trying to use the caterpillar movement, drop the chest down, and then the chin, flatten out the feet so the bum's still in the air, and then slide those legs away from you. And then you're ready to go back into our cobra. Keeping everything switched on, pushing up into cobra. Really good. So you're stretching out that tummy that you've just used with all that core work. Tuck the toes under and just make sure you're comfortable, stable through there, and pushing up into plank, and then pushing back into down dog, and making yourself comfortable in that down dog position. Have a little bit of a rise up onto the toes, pushing down again, spreading those shoulders, trying to bring the chest towards the thighs. Think of it like that. Really good. And then drop the knees down, bringing the elbows down, chest, and then chin, so the bottom's in the air, and then push those legs away from you, and we're back ready to go into our cobra pose. So hands underneath the shoulders, everything's switched on, tailbone tucked down, pushing into the hands, up and through, dropping the shoulders back and down, and then tuck the toes under, pushing up through into plank. If you need to move those feet so you're pushing into the back of the heels, and then pushing back into down dog. Just maneuver yourself so you're comfortable there. Spread those fingers, spread those shoulders, feel everything working, pushing the tailbone up to the sky. Keep the tummy pulled in so you're not arching your back, and then dropping your knees down, dropping the elbows close to your sides, dropping your chest and chin, push the heels away, and then let's have a full relaxation. Just softening your head onto your hands. Really, really relaxed there. Really good work. Well done. So that's some quite hard work for you there. And now we're going to start to incorporate some balance work, okay? So we're going to use our down dog to get us going. Lifting one leg at a time. So when you're ready, I'm just going to swap around so that you get to see both sides, and also my wires come a little bit undone with the microphone, but that's okay. So from our floor pose, bring the hands under our shoulders again, and this time we're not going to do the cobra, but we're going to push up into plank via chaturanga. So that basically means chaturanga is just keeping your elbows close to your sides, and you're going to try, so you're going to keep everything switched on, glutes switched on, tummy muscles switched on, pelvic floor, and now really activate those shoulders. They're pushed back and down, and you're pushing through those all through your arms into the ground beneath you, through your hands, pushing up through like that. That's your chaturanga. So you're into plank, and then pushing back and down, and now we're into down dog. So from here, making sure you're comfortable, you're going to bring your right knee towards your nose, and then push that right leg as far away as you can. Keep spreading those shoulders so we've got a bit of a balance, and then draw that right knee in and back into down dog. Really, really good. Okay, so staying in down dog, we're just going to work the right side for a moment. Keep that tummy pulled in, pelvic floor switched on, shoulders, blades spread apart, right knee into towards the nose, and pushing that right leg as far as you can up to the sky, foot flexed, spreading the weight. Should be feeling that core working, and then bringing the knee into the nose and back into down dog again. A little bit of a reshuffle if you need it, and then once more, right knee in towards the nose, push that leg away, really, really push. If you're up on your toes, that's fine, don't worry about that for now. Get your body used to it, and then right knee in, back down, drop the knees, and down into child's pose. Well done. Really, really good. That's a lot of core work, and it's using your body in a way that it's really not used to, and that's all good. So stay in your child's pose. Let yourself relax there for a moment. Whew, let everything relax. If you need to widen your knees, that'll help soften your lower back even more. Use your tummy to really ease off that breathing. Full belly breath. Okay, so coming back onto our front, we're going to push up through chaturanga again into plank and then into down dog. So tuck the toes under, engage everything, switch everything on. As many things as you can, switch them on. So your pelvic floor, your tummy, tailbone tucked under a little bit, glutes switched on, legs, thighs switched on, and you're pushing up through those arms, they're switched on, through into plank and then back into down dog. Get yourself comfortable into down dog. Now you're going to do the left side. So keep those shoulders pushed away from the ears, left knee coming towards the nose, and then pushing that left leg away from you as high as you can. Couple of breaths. And then bringing that knee in towards the nose and back down into down dog again. Really good. And again, left knee in towards the nose. Push that leg away from you, straightening that top leg as much as you can. And then drawing that knee back in again. Keep that tummy pulled in, pelvic floor switched on. Just realign that down dog. And then left knee into the nose, pushing away. Make sure the shoulders are spread away. And then left knee in and back to down dog. Drop the knees. Whew, and completely down and really relax off. That's a lot of work through your shoulders you've done there as well. Softening off. Really, really good. Let everything just relax. And then engage that tummy, bringing yourself up to a seated position. Just letting yourself realign, because you've had your head upside down for a little moment there with a lot of down dog. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is we're just going to do a little bit of work with a couple of, one of the main balance poses. So come up onto your knees. Let's see if we can come up to standing without using our hands. Bring that strongest leg forward, pushing up onto that strongest leg and up to standing. Really, really good. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just a little bit of work with Tadasana and Utkatasana. So we know Tadasana, that's our mountain pose. That is keeping our feet hip width apart, drawing that energy up through from the ground, switching the legs on, tailbone tucked under, tall through the spine, tummy's pulled in, pelvic floor switched on, bringing that chin and chest into alignment. So we're dropping those shoulders back and down, and there we are. So once we're here, we're going to lift those arms, and as we lift the arms, bending the knees, keeping the back straight, and we're just pushing back that bottom. So we've got the arms up by the ears, and you're pushing that bottom back. Toes should be working a little bit, so you're really pushing into the back of the glute muscles, really. Couple of breaths. And then pushing up through your thighs, dropping the arms down and relaxing down. Well done. Fantastic. May look really, really simple. Once you've got everything switched on, it's quite a work through the core. The balance has got to work. And you've just got to keep yourself mobile there. Working mobile as in you'll feel your tummy really, really working. The core is working. The thighs are working. But the major joints are having to remain stable. So all those muscles around are having to mobilize. Okay, once more. So drawing yourself up into Tadasana, switching the legs on, thighs, glutes, calves. Feel the toes working, tummy pulled in, pelvic floor switched on, up through that spine, lifting that diaphragm in and back a little bit. So the spine feels straighter and straighter. Chin tucked in just a fraction, back of the neck really stretched up tall. And from there, we're just going to lifting the arms whilst we push the bottom back, keeping the back straight. So we're almost into a squat position. Stretching those fingertips away as far as you can. Keep those thighs working. Couple of breaths. Keep the shoulders dropped away from the ears. And then pushing into those legs as we drop the arms down. Well done. Brilliant. Great, great job. Have a little bit of a wiggle there. Whew. Okay, now we're going to come on to our Vrksasana, tree pose. So majority of us are sort of right-handed, so we're quite strong on our right side. So let's go on to our right side first. So shifting your weight onto that right side, feel that strength, switching on that right leg. And first of all, just bring your hands to your hips. And just shifting the weight, I want you to bring your heel towards your ankle, and you're just you're keeping that toe engaged. Keep that right leg working. So we're coming close to the full tree pose. And then I'd like you to just lift that left leg a little bit more. So we bring the left foot onto our calf muscle. And from here, just make sure you're bringing that left leg back. Have your eyes on a drishti again, out in front of you. One position out in front of you. And then bring your hands to your heart space in that prayer position. Dropping the shoulders back and down. Keeping that tummy pulled in. It's a real balance. If you can, bring those hands to the top of your head. Keeping the shoulders back and down. Tummy should be working. And then push those hands up. And separate those hands down to the side. Really good. Bringing those hands back to your heart space. Dropping that leg. Fantastic, really good. And now you've put that left leg down, you can feel how much that right leg's really worked. Okay, so this is just the beginning of it. Really, really good to work with that. If you really get stuck, put yourself against a wall. Really, really beneficial, because then you can keep that straightness and strength through your side. Okay, so spread the toes in that left foot, bringing your weight into your left side, and then just bringing your right toe so that you're balancing on that right toe a little bit, keeping the the right heel onto that left thigh. Make sure the glutes are switched on, all that left leg switched on, and then bringing the right leg so the right foot is on the calf and letting that right leg push out. Don't forget you are looking at an area on the floor. Your drishti, tall through the spine, hands to your heart space, shoulders drop back and down. Keep breathing. And then lifting your hands above your head, shoulders drop back and down. And then coming up with those hands, stretching up. Feel that stretch in the shoulders. Tummy's working. And then separating those hands out to the side. Keep that right leg pushed back so the hips are facing forward. Everything's switched on. And then hands back to your heart space and dropping down. Well done. Fantastic. Really, really good. Okay, so if you found that okay, for those of you that want to go a little bit further, I can show you what we're aiming to do. Hopefully my balance will be okay. So onto the right side again, drawing that energy up, spread those toes, switching everything on and bringing, make sure you're looking at your drishti, bringing the foot closer. So it's best to work progressively. So you're bringing that leg up to the calf again. Make sure this leg is pushed out so your hips are square. Then bring it just above the thigh if you can, so that you're really coming into that full pose, using your other arm to help you. And then you're bringing it into the groin as close as you can, and you're holding it there. So you're not trying to push into it, you're just trying to hold it there. Rising up tall, bring those hands to your heart space, shoulders drop down and back. Then above your head, stretching up tall and separating to the side, really balancing. Tummy's working. Back to your heart space, releasing that leg and slowly down with control. Really good. Fantastic. I can really feel that's worked completely through that right leg. And my tummy was really having to hold. So stretch the toes of the left side slowly. So switching everything on again. Pelvic floor switched on, tummy pulled in. Bringing that right leg in and up. So best to do it progressive. Really important. Slowly coming up. Try not to rest on the knee. It's always good to come a little bit higher than the knee. And then up into the groin, finding that comfortable position. Keep looking at your drishti. And then make sure you're bringing that right leg back so your hips are square as you can get. Working that balance. Shoulders drop down and back. Hands to your heart space. Using a full breath. Hands above your head. And then up to the sky. Separate those hands. Coming back to your heart space. And then releasing that leg with control. Really good. Well done. And just walk that off. You need to wiggle that off just a little bit. Fantastic. Well done. Really good balance work. That's woken up lots of areas of your legs that you may never have used for a long time. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of a cool down. So just wriggle through those shoulders. Get those hips working again, shifting the weight from one side to the other with awareness, with control. Very, very good. And from here we can just work, draw yourself tall, roll those hands onto your hips, roll the thumbs to the back so we're thumbs touching, shoulders and elbows back. Keep everything switched on and just stretching back gently. We don't need to go to full back bend, just a little stretch back. And then rolling forward, bring the hands round, crunching up as small as you can. Keep that breath working. Feel that stretch across the top of your shoulders. Dropping your head. Really, really stretch. And from here, let yourself come down to the ground with control. And just on all fours, knees beneath the hips, hands beneath the shoulders. A little bit of slow cat and cow. Exhaling up. Inhaling, dropping the chest. Inhaling. Sorry, exhaling as we push out. Follow your breath. Lifting the back as you exhale, spreading those shoulders. Inhaling, dropping the chest, lifting the tail. And then on the next exhalation, drop your bottom to your heels. Push those arms away from you and just try and stretch as wide as you can, sort of forward and wide to the side of your mat. Really, really relaxing. Let those arms stretch. Drop those elbows down, fully relax and just let everything soften. Softening, softening, softening. Let everything just let go. Really good. And when you're ready, you're going to roll onto your back and give yourself whatever roll you need to do. Maybe a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a roll around. I think this will be good after all that movement we've done. So holding your knees together and just rolling around in the slowest controlled circle you can. Really good. And then you're going to roll in another circle the other way. Fantastic. Really good. Then keep your feet together and you're going to separate the knees, rolling in big circles that meet in the middle. And rolling the other way. Really good. Keeping the feet together. And then drop those feet down. Really relax down. Push those heels away from you into Savasana. So you're out flat on your mat. And I'm going to come to seated position just while I talk you through a little relaxation. And I'd just like you to completely soften into that mat. And keep your palms facing upwards. Relax off those ankles for a moment. Find your breath. Feel your breath. And we're just going to do a little bit of contraction and relaxation through your body to bring yourself to a better state of relaxation. So, really, really following your breath. Just letting that breath settle into your body. And take your awareness into your left leg and really tense that left leg as strong and strong and strong as you can go. Really, really strong. Strong, 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 strong. Tense that leg, contract it fully, and then boom, completely relax it. Soften that off. Let it just fall into the floor. And then take your awareness to the right leg. Contract it with all of your might. Tight, 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 tight. Really, really tight. And then, boom, just relax it. Soften that down into the mat beneath you. And then bring your awareness into your buttocks and tighten your buttocks so tight, really, really tight. Everything is tight around that pelvic area. Really, 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 really tight. And soften off completely. And breathe through into that softness, melting into the mat beneath you. Really good. And then bring your awareness into your left arm, and you're going to tense that left arm as tight as you can go. So tight, the fingers feel like they're going to flex off. Really, really pinging that tension through that arm. And then soften that arm off, completely relax that down. Let that melt into the floor beneath you. And with your right arm, take the awareness into that right arm. Fully contract it to its fullest strength, really strong, really tight, and then relax that off. Feel those arms melting into the mat beneath you, and bring your awareness into your shoulders and tighten those shoulders, almost drawing them up towards your ears. Really, 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 really tight as you can go. And then exhale and release that contraction and soften those shoulders back down away from your ears. Really good. And now bring your awareness to your face. And I want you to open your mouth as wide as you can go. Open your eyes as wide as you can go. So you're opening everything in your face. Really, really tight. And now you're going to scrunch everything up. Really, really scrunch like a rolled up piece of paper. So you're scrunching up your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, everything. And then just completely relax off. Soften off that contraction. And just feel the skin all over your body softening into that mat. Taking some full, deep yogic breaths. Breathing in fully. Filling those lungs to their fullest. And exhaling to your emptiest. Using the end of that breath, pulling that tummy in to push out all the breath. Inhaling back into your fullest. And exhaling, completely emptying those lungs, using that yogic breath, closing the back of your throat, using the Ujjayi breath. And one more breath into your fullest. Filling all sides of your lungs and exhaling completely and utterly, and then completely let go of that breath, coming into a regular breath, softening, relaxing, and just letting go of that body. So, really well done, guys. Really, really pleased with that work. Some strong work in there, getting that core working, getting the balance starting to work inside that body, which goes a long, long way towards helping your dressage training. So can't wait to see you next time, and thanks again for joining us. Namaste. Thank you.